And they're off and running with a go from Carlos. And a big jump. And okay, let's stay with the leader and the first and second place. And coming down, single file down the S's. And that's a big jump from Jorn Newman. And it looks like he's caught up a lot of space to Lee Martin with Hupo well behind him. Oh, Jorn is trying to go out on the outside. We've never seen that before. Of course, we haven't seen much racing action yet. And they're both going down the main straight and into the first corner. And Jorn gets it a bit wide. And Hupo goes flying past him. Was that Hupo? That was Martin Bear, I believe. And he's gone past Hupo and Jorn from fourth into second. Oh, and he flips it. He's on his back. He's in the loose, and now. Yes, and Martin Bayer in the lead with Jorn Newman behind him, followed very closely. Is that Darren Bloomfield from number 7 and Lee Martin in 5th, and car number 8, Paul Bradby. So coming down into the Tarzan curve, that is Martin Bayer leading the race. This is very unexpected. We expected Lee to just drive smooth pace and fly past everyone because his pace is so much faster. So we've got Martin Bayer going around the pro lane point across the start and finish line, followed by Jorn Newman, Darren Bloomfield, Lee Martin, and David Ronefalk and Paul Bradby battling it out.
Martin Bayer, 5-second lap. He's going seriously
on the Green Mile. Martin Bayer has a huge lead. This is almost going to be unassailable. However, it is Lee Martin in second place now after some big crashes on the Green Mile, followed by Darren Bloomfield. Martin flips it over the pole line point, and Lee is right behind him, crossing over the start finish line, going down the main straight and into the first corner. So that is Lee following Martin Bayer. Big air over the first jumps of the Green Mile, coming down the crazy paving S's. Let's see what happens here, coming over the tabletop and over the dual sky doubles. Let's see what Lee can do. He flipped it earlier in the race and ended up on his back, requiring the turn marshal's attention. And it is right now a race of 2 and a race of 3.
2 minutes 52 to go.
Okay, so just under 3 seconds remaining in this race. It's the first of 3A finals. This is going to be immense. Let's see how Lee is able to get past Martin. We know that Lee is faster than Martin, and let's stick with them as they come over the tabletop, over the dual sky double.
This is really not in the script. This is literally not what we expected at all,
Definitely
is it,
not.
Frank?
No. I expected Neil to maybe push Martin from behind, but no, Martin has taken advantage of several mistakes from the leading trio.
And what's happened to Jorn? We haven't got time to find out because we have this battle for the lead, which we cannot leave.
Jorn is battling with Ronefalk.
Look at the pressure.
And Hupo. And they are battling. It's a 4-way battle for 3rd place, and that is very tight. But of course, we are staying with the lead battle. Oh, and Lee clips Martin from behind, does not wait for him, and then Lee flips. So now it's going to be a 6-car battle for the lead.
Martin's back into the lead again.
So, but just not even a second behind. We have 4 cars, now 3 because Ronefalk crashes over
There's a 10th of a second in it, Frank.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. We have Martin Bayer, followed by Lee, very, very close, right on the rear bumper. We have Jorn Newman battling with Darren Bloomfield, who was very majestically holding him off. And then we have Paul Bradby from position 8 on the grid. So that is Jorn, car 2, battling positions 7 and 8 from the grid. And Lee takes it over the Green Mile, and so let's see, he's back on his wheels. So Martin has a massive lead now, and then it's Lee, so it's a huge, now it's a 4-car battle for second with Lee, Darren, Jorn, and Paul Bradby. So
just
Lee is pulling away.
Let's go a little bit
Lee
wider,
flips it again,
James.
going through the roundabout, and now it's he's pulled away again.
Let's see the distance from the lead car to the cars that are following. Look, you can see they've got the Green Mile between them. There is 56 seconds to go in this race.
Jorn has passed Darren going over the start-finish jump, and then Paul Bradby crashed out. So now it is fairly wide open space. Let's see what sort of time that Jorn can make up on Lee, if any, and if Lee can catch up to Martin. So there's almost a full straightaway advantage that Martin has. This definitely opens it up for the 2nd and 3rd A finals for sure. Lee is well behind
Less than
Martin.
30 seconds to go now. We're going to see Martin Bayer with the LRP powered X-Ray surprise everybody here in his first European.
Yes, well, he may get the win, he may not, because Lee is hot on his heels. It looks like we're going to have one more lap of action. Let's see what Lee can do, and if Martin can hold off on the pressure. He does. He bobbles over the green mile, and Lee is right on his tail. Lee has held a very smart race so far. He hasn't pushed it too much, and now he's right on Martin's tail. Look at that. Oh, you can just throw a beach towel right over them, and not even a meter separating them as they come through. And let's see what Lee is able to do, if anything.
Tell me what happened there.
Just good run.
It was a good run. Yeah, there was more to it than that. I think did you profit from some mistakes up above in front of you?
Yeah, I mean, the start was really good. When I went in the front, I was controlling my first place, so it was really good. Then, like 2 minutes to go, I have been hit by Martin Lee. Okay, he doesn't wait. It wasn't really fair, but after he crashed, but okay.
And then the nerves with the closing laps, it was just a battle to the finish. How did that feel? This was really tight.
Yeah, it was really tight. I tried to make the last lap just clean inside line with no mistake, just to carry the car to the finish line, and finally I take it. So I'm really happy for this.
We're going to see from you in A-Main too then.
I will try my best for sure. So everyone are ready to win. There is more than 7 guys just want to win. So it's hard.
Thank you for an exciting race, Martin. Congratulations.
And they're off and running. And starts through the first corner for everybody. Looks like Lee is already getting a really good lead. Someone has gone flipping and tumbling as Lee comes down the crazy paving S's with Jorn Neumann in that plain body shell behind him. Neil Cragg has moved up to third from fifth, and that's David Ronefalk, and I believe that is that Darren Bloomfield? No, that is not. That is Paul Bradby. Lee crosses finish line when Jorn, Neil, David, Paul, and Lorenzo and Darren are battling it out towards the back as Lee comes down the crazy paving S's. He is not making any time. He crashes again, and now that's Jorn going past. Jorn, car number 2. Let's see if he can hold off Lee. So, Lee on a charge now. Jorn, someone getting in front of us now. I had to maniacally pound on the glass to get him out of the way. Thank you very much, sir. So, Jorn and Lee going through the Tarzan curve, and who is that catching up to Lee? That is David Ronefalk. So, he's definitely catching Lee. Lee is not catching Jorn now. So, going through around the roundabout, around the Proline point, over the Durango doubles with his Durango 410 V3, and it is soon going to be a battle between Lee in car number 1 and David in car number 8. Well, this is going to be very interesting indeed. Let's see. There's no other action happening elsewhere.
He's really gaining
we are now,
yes, triple.
Going over the bridge. Lee has definitely caught up to Jorn. He is hanging onto his back bumper now, but Jorn has started to pull away again. So
3:20 left on the clock.
that must have been some sort of mistake by Jorn that I did not see. I was watching the timing. So Jorn has pulled away at a very high rate of knots.
Now David Ronefalk's chasing down Lee.
Yes, going through the S's, over the tabletop. Okay, no mistakes from anybody there.
Lee made a little mistake.
Okay, did not see it, but yes. Now coming over. Okay, so David made a mistake going over the tabletop. He's given up some time to Lee. Jorn has a big gap now back to Lee. It's almost a full straight section. And Lee has pulling away from David, but he goes wide and gives some room back to David. So now David, he's definitely threatening. He's definitely threatening.
This is not going to help
Lee's very
mindset in any way.
If
It's
Lee,
now a battle for second rather than a battle for third. First, sorry.
Definitely, Lee already has 1 second place. However, he wants that win to ensure that the AAA final does not have to come down to a tie decision. So David is not going to be very welcome right now on Lee's rear bumper. Lee looks like he's playing now a defensive game. He's not gaining any time at all on Jorn as he's holding off David. David doesn't seem to have made any actual attacks, so he's just away. Oh, yeah, Jorn takes it going through the first corner, so now
Here we go.
Yes, it's a full 3-way battle for the lead. We've got Jorn, Lee, and David all in that order.
You see Jorn, the back end of Jorn sliding all over the place as the panic sets in.
Yes, and David he brakes. You can see him brake, and so he doesn't want to hit the back of Lee because he will get a penalty for that.
And then Lee makes an error on the cobbled corner.
Yeah, and that holds him up just a bit. Let's see if Jorn can pull out the gap. Lee goes just a little bit too wide and gives up some space to Jorn. And now,
1 minute 28 to go.
David has passed Lee going into the Tarzan curve. Lee gets a little bit on the grass and is now in third. So this is not looking good for Lee at the moment. What's the time? We've got 1 minute and 18 seconds left. And David getting a little bit sideways, trying to chase down Jorn. If David wins this, that will just set up a magical A3 final. It will just be immense. The pressure on these guys, especially David Ronefalk, who has not done very well. Look at this. He's taking the title lane through Tarzan.
57 seconds to go.
Over the tabletop. Jorn holding on. He has not made any major mistakes. Lee has made a couple in this race. We've got 45 seconds left. There we go. That's a change for the lead. Going around the couples roundabout. And now Jorn is piling on pressure.
Now let's see the aggression from Jorn as he desperately tries to take back the lead with just over 30 seconds to go.
Coming down the crazy paving S's, Lee is waiting for both of them to come together. So yes, there's another pass for the lead. Let's see if this is the final one, or if Jorn makes another mistake, or David can jump in there and take an aggressive pass. So coming over the pro line doubles, the Durango doubles, and down the main straight into the first corner. Jorn has gapped David just a bit, and takes a wide line, hits the barrier going through the S's.
Slight error there. Anything could happen on this lap.
The race is now over, and this is the final lap. And we've just heard the tones for the time to end. And
it looks like David's eased off just a little bit now.
Yes, I think so. I think he's going to take that second and be happy with it. Especially from 8th position on the grid. That is amazing.
Jorn, a bit more what you were hoping for in the first one?
Yeah, of course. This time was clean start, and in the beginning I don't jump the jump, but then one of the goes behind me, so the last 2 laps I jumped it and could win.
You're being made to work hard though, aren't you? It's not just a case of you just driving away, because obviously David got out in front and you had to battle him.
Yeah, of course it was. Yeah, I think he was a little bit faster than me, but yeah, I was luckily in the starting grid more in the front, so I could win.
Let's give you a bit more confidence now for the third one.
Yeah, of course. The first one I think was not good. I think all the people saw it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks, Jorn, and we'll go back to the track for the next final.
And they are off and racing everyone through the first corner, and the first couple of jumps just fine. No major dramas, and we've got Lee out in front, followed very closely by Jorn.
And Lee flips.
Lee, oh no!
Same mistake he made in the second
Oh
one.
no, he's 7th place, Lee. Jorn is now well out in front. He's got a good gap back to the number 4 car of Martin Bayer. Let's see, I hear someone has been pulled off. That is not Lee. That is not Lee that has been pulled off. Someone else has been pulled off.
There's a race in the jumps. Let's see them out of the front.
Yes, that is Martin out in the lead. Oh my God! Martin, Jorn. Who else is that? That's Neil Cragg in there. Jorn goes a bit wide. Neil trying to take advantage of this Hupo. The car number 3, David Ronefalk in 5th. Let's see, Martin is, oh my gosh, this is going to be crazy. He's actually gapping Jorn. He's getting ahead of Jorn. I mean, he's making space. Let's see, I can't see the first corner, so huge air for Martin. He's definitely making some space as Jorn and Neil are trying
side by side.
Yes, they are battling each other, slowing each other down. Jorn pulling away from Neil now, so Jorn has to defend. He's got to push.
3 minutes
Neil on
49.
his back, but he's got to push and catch Martin as well. So he has to drive defensive. He has to drive smart. Neil goes a bit wide. Hupo and David are right on his tail now, and they're going to do whatever they can to get past. And that is Martin coming down the crazy S's. Martin is pulling away. Jorn is, I think he's catching him though. He's definitely pulling away from Neil. Neil goes a bit wide, but I think that's the preferred line that he's going for. And it is Martin. Jorn going around over the Durango doubles. That is the X-Ray and Durango with an associated.
It's all going to happen now on the green mile. It's going to... No.
These are the first. Martin and Jorn are the only two. Oh, Jorn! Oh, he flips it going into the. I see Gerd do a little. He shakes his, not his fist, but he stamps his foot. He's out of frustration. So now there's Neil in second. If Martin takes this, he's one of the only 2 drivers. Jorn is the other driver to have taken the win. So if Martin wins this, that is it. He is the European champion. Let's see. We've got 2.5, just under 2, just 2.25 minutes. 3/4 minutes. Yes. So that is Martin, Neil,
yeses.
and Jorn has been passed by Hupo, it looks like. No, that is David Ronefalk in third.
This is about Neil Cragg, and this is about Martin Bayer. But
Oh,
Neil Cragg does a
Neil
bad-
bicycles it coming off the bridge. Martin pulling away from Neil now because of that mistake. And let's see what they are doing over the Green Mile. Big air jumps. They're double singling it. Martin well in the lead now.
What Martin
Leads
needs to
Hamilton
do
second.
now is not make a single mistake. I think
Yes,
no one
and
can catch
David
him.
bumps Neil out of the way, and that allows Jorn to get past. Now, Jorn is in third. If Jorn can get past David, I don't think David's really holding him up. I think Jorn's made a couple of mistakes here and there. Jorn almost capitalized from a slight mistake from David, but going over the Green Mile, nothing in it. Actually,
Jorn is
Jorn
losing
lost
it
a
on the
lot of time there, and now he's in danger of being caught by Neil. So Martin well out in front. He's going over the bridge, and David Ronefalk and Jorn are neck and neck with Neil. Just
1 minute
waiting.
33 to go. Is Martin Bayer going to make the calculations easy for us by taking this championship?
Oh my gosh! It is the battle for second is so intense.
The confidence he takes the Green Mile with.
Yes, and they're all trying to catch Martin Bayer from the Czech Republic, driving his X-Ray XB4, powered by LRP. And as he goes over the bridge, the blue and white checkered bridge around the roundabout, David Ronefalk has definitely caught up to Martin. He's definitely caught up. Jorn, I think, he's not out of it, but he's got to get a move on. He's got to hope that these guys make a mistake.
1 minute to go. 1 minute to go.
No, that's a perfect line from Martin there. He's a perfect defensive line.
Look at David now, though. Look at
David
the way
is
he's
on
cutting
a
in.
move. He's just hanging on. He's hoping to just crack Martin's confidence, get him a little bit flustered, just so he can go wide and just take that inside line, because these guys do not wait. They do not try and set up anything at all. They just take advantage of any mistake that they can. And let's see how they get out of the first corner. They're fine. That is Martin.
30 seconds to go.
Jorn
On the
Newman in
Tarzan.
third.
Crazy S's.
Coming down the
Martin
crazy
Bayer
S's
needs to
over
hold his-
the tabletop, over the dual sky double, and over
Little wobble.
the checkerboard bridge and around the crazy cobble roundabout, around Proline Point. I think, well, this is definitely stabilized. Martin is just maintaining that gap. Jorn is definitely caught up to David now. Let's see if David now has to play the
countdown.
defensive
This is
game.
the final lap.
No, David has messed up, but Jorn also messed up just in front, just before, so they're neck and neck still. There's no change at all. Oh, David. Jorn trying to go on the outside. He likes that outside pass. And let's see. Oh, they touch. Jorn goes, cuts around David, and now Jorn is in second. So now, can he pressure Martin? Oh, David, massive crash. So that is it. Martin Bayer from Czech Republic driving his XB4. It's the new four-wheel drive EFRA European champion for 2013. Jorn Neumann in second, Lee Martin third.
Martin, just a big sigh of relief. Let's just look at the camera here. First thing that comes into your head.
Fine, it's done. Race is done and I win. I'm really happy for this because it was so hard. I tried to go just a little bit safe, but they are trying to catch me, so they have been just a little faster. So that point was just more difficult for me just to keep it on four wheels. Actually, I did it, so I'm very happy for this.
That was tough racing, over 5 minutes as well. You're used to racing over half-hour races, over 45-minute races. That's pretty epic. That momentum and that adrenaline for 5 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 5 minutes, but just one mistake and the race is done. So it's different. It's different compared to what I'm used, like 45 minutes or 30 minutes. So. But
You came from fourth on the grid twice, and you wouldn't have classed yourself as the favourite going into this event by any means. I think Jorn was the favourite. You've worked quietly all week, very hard with your car. You've had Jürgen from LRP supporting you the whole time. What's the process you've gone from just turning up your first Euros and just taking it?
I mean, it was really difficult. We practiced a little bit before the race, but actually this was my first race on the clay and it was Euros. So I'm really happy for the result I did, and I have to thank all my sponsors like Team X-Ray, LRP, aka everyone who's just stand behind me and helped me to do the title.
I'm sure the X-Ray family are over at the ETS now. I'm sure they're very, very happy for you. And what's next? Well, the Worlds.
We don't plan yet the words, but for sure we will talk about it and we will see.
Okay, Martin. Well, congratulations from everybody watching back home as well. Well done. Cheers.
Just amazing races, racing all week long, and the four-wheel drive was just absolutely stunning, just completely unexpected. Just unexpected is the word that I can think of.
An absolutely intense learning experience from us all, and for Martin, what a good example of a learning experience, his first Euros in this class. And he by no means ran away with it or stole it, he just worked from the back every time and just took the right opportunities and did everything he needed to do to take the Euros. I'm sure X-Ray and LP are very happy.
Yeah, I could see Jürgen was joking because he was saying he was shaking. He was shaking during that race. He was joking with the people while Martin was talking with you. And a lot of people, everyone was congratulating Jürgen.
We've got to thank Proline. We're here because of Proline. We're here because of EFRA and EFRA.ws. We are sponsored by Durango and the DEX 410 V3, and we're powered by Dual Sky. What's up next? Well, Frank, you're going to Halifax, aren't you?
Yeah, the 1/8 on-road nitro, 1/8 on-road.
James and me, we're going to meet up with Nick Damon for the large-scale off-road, and that's in Alcaraz. So we're staying in Spain. So you're going that way. I think Halifax, Yorkshire is that way, and we're going to go that way. So there's loads more features to come on EFRA.ws and on rtracing.tv. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. It has been a bit of an epic week. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've certainly enjoyed it. We better start going because we're back on sort of the middle of the week. Sort of Wednesday, Thursday, check back for us. But there's loads more news and features. We better go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
See you around, Frank.